Okay, this is a video I need to make because I'm getting tired of this shit. Every single time I do anything on the internet, it's all done for me. I'm tired of it. I'm trying to translate something. I put something in auto-detect language. I don't want you to auto-detect anything. I want to do it manually. I don't want things taken out of my hands all the time. I hate it. When are you idiots going to understand that you trying to do everything for everyone annoys people? It does two things. It annoys intelligent people, right? And it encourages stupidity in everyone else. And dependence. You have to stop this nonsense. Oh, but people want it. That's what you'd say. They don't want it. Some people might want it. But you have to make it optional instead of trying to force it down everyone's throats. I'm sick and tired of this nonsense. I want to do things for myself because it gives me a feeling of control over what I'm doing. All this automated nonsense can get out of it. I don't want it. I don't want anything to do with it. Much less what they call AI, which is just an extension of the nonsense. I don't want stuff done for me all the time. I don't want it. To the point where I actually spend most of my time trying to find ways that I can avoid this nonsensical automated nonsense. I'm tired of it. I don't want it. Google was fine when it just used to provide results. Now it's crazy. It does all sorts of other rubbish you don't need it to do. It's the same with Windows. It's the same with all of the programming in the world. It's made now by morons for morons to try to encourage moronism and to try and control everyone else. Oh, but we'll do it for you. It's to try and control people. It's disgusting. I want to do things for myself. It's that simple. I don't want my actions anticipated. Leave me alone. What could be ruder? I don't want it, and I bet you a lot of other people don't want it. Because they can also see the trend that's happening. Unfortunately, we have these gargantuan entities like Google and like Microsoft who now have this position of absolute monopoly. And it has to be broken. It must be broken. I am not in a position personally at the moment to set up my own software company. But I have written that down as something I'd like to do, because frankly, I don't see how else it's possible to get this situation fixed. These morons are trying to create a situation of absolute, total and utter dependence. And dependence is control. If someone is dependent upon you, you control them. Oh, it's all done for me. Oh, how wonderful. And they'll be the first people who will just be entrapped. If you're intelligent, like me, you see it coming. And I don't want any part of it. I want to fight it with everything I have. But I really don't know where to start. And the only thing I can think of is to start my own company somehow in software, which means I have to become very much more competent in programming than I am currently. I am sick to death of this nonsense. Yeah, at first it was, oh well, maybe it'll be helpful, and it was an option. Now it's obligatory. You can't get away from it, and it's controlling you. It's the same with all this other crap like internet banking. What, all the banks in the high street are gone? Yeah? You want to make a complaint? I spoke to a guy the other day who made a complaint in the bank. They threatened to call the police on him. All he was doing was making a complaint. We've got a big problem in society. An enormous, massive problem. And it's getting out of hand. It's this softly menace. And it's about controlling everybody. And it's disgusting. And it has to be defeated and destroyed and broken up and attacked. It must be destroyed. This is more or less the same problem we've had. I don't know how long humanity's had it, but there has always been a situation where there's this control system where you have to break the effing thing. You have to break it. It repeatedly keeps on trying to just tie everyone up. It has to be destroyed. Oh, it pretends to be your friend because the people running it know that if they right off the bat told you we're going to absolutely try and control you, you'd reject it. So they cover it with fluff and say, oh, this is for your benefit. It's not true. It's not for your benefit. It robs you of your ability to do things for yourself. I'll give you an example that I've been given in other videos, right? If a child falls over on the floor, right, what is the right thing to do? Pick them up like a little baby, encouraging them to believe that they're a little baby for the rest of their lives, or say, come on, stand up by yourself. And then when they do so, give them a big hug and say, well done, reinforcing their independence, reinforcing that behaviour which encourages them to use their own brain to solve their own problems. Well, this problem that we've got in society is the exact opposite, because it's trying to undermine everyone's ability to think for themselves and solve their own problems. We'll do it for you. Look how wonderful it is. How disgusting. How disgusting. And it's being done all the time. And it's getting it is so out of hand. I want to use my computer for me. I don't want some evil, sick menace trying to take control of what I'm doing, because that's what they're trying to do. You try and do anything on Google now. Oh, before you continue, you have to sign in. Why? Oh, so that we can gather information on you and build a dossier on you. Oh, we can't say that. Oh, no, it's just so that we can... And they'll make up some other nonsense. It is all about controlling you. It's about taking your information from you. And then you've got the alternatives, like the onion router, Tor, right? I use that. You know, the only reason that I use that is because it's slower. Google is instantaneous. I don't want instantaneous anything. There is nothing in this world that I want instantaneously. Nothing. Not one single thing. It is jarring and it is wrong for things to be instantaneous. It just makes you feel completely out of control of yourself and out of control of what you're doing. I don't want it. I will never want it. So I use the onion router because it's slower. And the next thing about the onion router I've noticed is that when you open it, it's all... there is an option to have the screen open in a certain way, whereby it offers you, I don't know, it presents itself as some sort of safety thing. Oh, it's to protect you from these prying eyes. Well, it doesn't do that for me, because I don't consider it at all to be private. Yeah, you could say it is in essence, but it's you can tell that it's got this, it's developing the same problem as everything else. And I'll also say DuckDuckGo is the same. DuckDuckGo. What a childish name to give something. Does that make you feel you're in control of something? Or does it make you feel like you're being babied? It's aimed at women. Hey, women. Hey, you can DuckDuckGo. A man looks at that and says, DuckDuckGo? What the hell are you talking about? Like I've said before in other videos, feminism is being used to move this nonsense in. Treating women like little children, because generally women prefer things to be done for them. Men have a very strong urge to do things for themselves. That's why they go out into the wilderness and they hunt stuff even though they don't have to. They go fishing even though they don't have to. Women, you won't find them doing that. Yes, there is a tiny proportion of women who might experiment with it. Alright? But they're not generally wired up that way. So women are being hoodwinked into being a vanguard for this nonsense. I don't want it. And it's got to be stopped. And the only thing I can think of doing at the moment is to make these videos so that other people can actually get a taste of someone else who understands the problem. Because it is an enormous problem. And it's been growing as long as I can remember. I started to notice it when I was in my 20s. And I've just watched it get worse and worse and worse. Here's another thing, right? When I used to go out into the town when I was a kid, the police were nowhere to be seen. Nowhere. They were out and about doing their things, right? But now, when I go out into the town centre, there's police every street, corner, sitting there, waiting. Why? For what? What on earth are they waiting for? Why are they there? Where's this sudden need for all this police come from? Nowhere is where it's come from, because they got nothing to do. Because our society has become so closed and clamped and so unfree, and people have been programmed to be stuck in front of their televisions all the time instead of going out and enjoying themselves, to the point where the police don't have anything to do. And they won't touch highly organised crime, so they'll just focus on drivers and drunk people. That's all I can see at the moment. That's all I can see. Tell me I'm wrong. Because average street crime, I would imagine, has disappeared completely. Oh, how wonderful! Not really. This is sickening. The world I see around me is sickening. Absolutely sickening. I go to the pub. I go to the pub now, right? The public house in England is the man's domain. Oh, not anymore. It's full of children in bloody pushchairs. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. You've got women lounging about like this. It's a joke. My country has become a cesspool. It has become a cesspool. That is what I see. Oh, well, it's how wonderful and safe. What? Safe? Man, I don't want this. I don't think anyone wants it. It's sickly, it's sticky, and it's intrusive. And that's what's become of our world and my country. It's disgusting. My country, frankly, has been robbed. It's been sold out. And I do know who did it. I know exactly who's done it. Again, I can't say who it is because I'll get chucked off YouTube straight away. And anyone else listening who knows who it is, yeah, I know who it is as well. And our country has been made into a cesspool by these people. And we need to take it back. That's the truth. We need to take our country back. Oh, but we vote in. Oh, you can't. Voting doesn't do anything anymore. Whoever you vote for, the same people fund them, so they do whatever they're told anyway. There's no independence anymore. The whole democratic system is completely corrupt. So what does that leave us with? Non-democratic means. Well, you tell me what the solution is. You tell me what the solution is. Because I don't see... If every single person that you could possibly vote for is owned by the people who are the problem, what the hell is the purpose of the democratic system? It's corrupt. And that does leave non-democratic means. You can infer what you want from that, because I can't be any more specific. There is no other way. I hope that we can do it through democratic means. I hope we can. I truly do. I just don't see how. Any leader that you see, if they've got the right idea, they are pilloried and hounded in the newspapers and on TV, in the news, and they're called evil or right-wing or whatever. Yeah? And anyone else is just part of the problem. So what do? This is a huge problem we've got in society. I can't stop making videos about it. I won't stop. I have to continue putting this message out. It bothers the hell out of me that I have to put up this nonsense every day. I want to fix it. I hope you do too.